Wait. This year marks the 20th year since our college graduation. Nako, wag nyo nang i-compute yung edad ko, but yes, 20 years na ang lumipas. Grabe, ang bilis talaga ng panahon. Pero kahit hindi na ako estudyante, parati pa rin akong bumabalik sa UP Diliman. Minsan for nostalgia, minsan kasi wala lang. Marami rin naman kasing pwedeng gawin dito, and in this video, iisa-isahin natin ang mga yan. Hey there, Tipiter! I'm Yosh. In this episode, itutur ko kayo sa aking alma mater, ang University of the Philippines, Diliman. Mapa-freshman ka man na gustong maging familiar with the campus, or may bibisitahin ka lang na relative or friend, or gusto mo lang tumambay or mag-jog, sana makatulong itong video na to. By the way, this video will be in Tagalog or Taglish. Kung mas gusto nyo ng English version, meron na kaming ginawa with our teammates sa Worth It Wonders na channel. May 3 videos dyan dedicated to UP Diliman. Panoorin nyo na lang yung mga yan kung mas gusto nyo ng English. Okay, first, paano ba mag-explore dito? Ang unang kailangan mong malaman ay sobrang lawak ng UP Diliman campus. Kaya rin naman nalakarin, college pa lang ako, mahilig na akong maglakad, so walang problema. Baka nga dito ako na-train. Normal na maka 10,000 steps per day. So if may magsabi sa'yo na taga-UP na walking distance lang yung pupuntahan mo, take it with a grain of salt kasi baka iba yung definition nila ng walking distance. Pero mapapansin nyo, marami ring jeep dito. Andyan ang iconic UP Ikot and Toki jeepneys which go around the campus. Nung nag-aaral pa ako, may mga pagkakataon na kailangan ko talagang mag-jeep kasi otherwise, malilate ako sa next class. Ganun siya kalaki. Kung freshman ka, nakaka-intimidate. You'll also find that other jeepneys go in the university and go out onto other parts of Quezon City. But the Ikot Jeep will just move within the campus. You'll know it's an Ikot Jeep kung yellow yung bubong. A word of warning sa first-timers dito sa UP, kahit na kakasabi ko lang kanina na it goes around UP, may part na lalabas ito ng UP Gate. Sa ganung point, wag ka magpanic. Papasok din naman ulit. So ano ba ang pwedeng makita and gawin dito sa UP Diliman? Students, workers, and alumni aside, marami sa mga visitors ay pumupunta sa UP para mag-jog or maglakad dito sa Academic Oval, a 2.2 kilometer road that serves as the center of the campus. Dito kami na-train maglakad ng mahaba, sa totoo lang. Nung bata-bata pa tayo, normal lang maglakad from, say, UP Mascom, yun yung home college ko, papunta sa Vinzons Hall na nasa kabilang dulo ng Oval. Hindi ko namamalayan na ang layo pala niya talaga. Pero anyway, ang daming naglalakad and nagja-jogging dito. May dedicated lane din kasi sa mga taong naglalakad and nagbabike, so hindi ka worried masyado sa mga kotse and jeep. In fact, if you take the time to pause, makikita mo ang mga salitang lakad and padyak in baybayin na nakapinta sa kalsada. And kung magutom ka, marami kang pagpipilian. Marami kasing street food stalls along the way. May kwek-kwek, fish balls, karyoka, pansit canton, and kapag may event, sandamakmak ang options. Yung last visit namin, nataon sa UP Fair and halos occupied ng mga food stalls yung paligid, lalo na sa area malapit sa Sunken Garden. Speaking of Sunken Garden, the Sunken Garden is the most prominent green space on campus. According to this article sa official UP website, sunken daw ito most likely because of the waterway system. Pero, contrary sa iniisip ng karamihan, it is not actively sinking. The whole time kasi na estudyante ako, paniwalang-paniwala ako na the Sunken Garden is sinking by X centimeters a year o kung anumang chururot kasi daw may fault line dito. Pero according to Professor Alfredo Mahar Francisco Ilagmay from UP National Institute of Geological Sciences or NIGS, it turned out hindi naman pala totoong lumulubog ito. Hindi rin totoong may fault dito sa Sunken Garden. There are faults running across the campus, may 3 daw, pero wala sa mga yon ang tumatama sa Acad Oval or Sunken Garden. Anyway, I think it's the sunken nature that gives it character. Kahit walang event, madalas akong tumatambay dito. Minsan nakaupo lang sa mga benches around it or nagpipiknik with friends sa baba mismo or naglalaro ng frisbee nung bata-bata pa tayo. Pero yes, dito ginaganap ang UP Fair, which I will discuss in more detail later. For now, let's move all the way to the other end of the oval. The Academic Oval is surrounded by iconic and historic buildings. Marami sa mga oldest buildings sa campus, dito mo makikita. Yun nga lang, if you don't know anything much about them, baka lagpasan mo lang. Pero don't worry, merong tinatawag na Balik Yapak, a walking tour initiated by the Asian Institute of Tourism. It's a new way to get to know the campus better. Ganito kasi yan. Around the oval, you'll find plaques na may QR codes. I-scan mo lang and you'll be taken to either FB posts na may more info about yung building na yon, or sa isang audio guide file kung mas gusto mong makinig na lang. The tour features 6 pioneer buildings. Una na dyan ang Quezon Hall, the administration building na unang bumabate sa mga pumapasok sa UP via the University Avenue. Pero ang pinakasikat na structure dito isn't the building itself, but this, the Oblation, or Oble, as most students and alumni fondly call it. Designed by national artist Guillermo Tolentino, it represents selfless dedication, a value that the university hopes its students will carry with them even beyond their stay. May pamahiin dito sa UP na kung estudyante ka and nagpa-picture ka with Oble, hindi ka gagraduate on time. Naging joke na nga siya. Pero if you're not a UP student, feel free to take a picture with Oble. Actually, na-realize ko na first time kong magpa-picture with the Oblation nitong recent visit lang namin. 20 years after graduation. Not because naniniwala ako sa superstition na yon, kundi hindi lang talaga ako madalas mapadpad dito sa Oblation area and hindi rin ako mahilig mag-selfie in general. And nagpa-picture lang ako kasi ang ganda ng sunset. The statue kasi faces west, so the area gets beautiful lighting kapag palubog ang araw. If you're facing Oble and you follow the Acad Oval pakanan, you'll eventually reach Palma Hall, named after Rafael Palma. But itong building na to ay more commonly called AS by the UP community. AS kasi dati ang tawag dito ay Arts and Sciences Building nung meron pang College of Arts and Sciences. Pero yung college na yan kasi nahati na into 3. College of Science or CS, College of Arts and Letters or CAL, and yung hinahouse ng building ngayon, College of Social Sciences and Philosophy or CSSP. You will probably never encounter a student na hindi nakatapak dito sa AS. Kahit na hindi ka taga CSSP, you will likely have at least one class dito. Marami kasi sa mga GE classes ay nandito talaga. Just a short walk from AS stands Benitez Hall, named after Francisco Benitez naman. It is home to the College of Education, one of the oldest units in UP. The UP College of Education was actually the first institution in the country to offer a doctorate in special education. Aside from different achievements, pinakatumatak ang building na to sa mga estudyante dahil sa isang urban legend or horror story na sinasabing dito daw nangyari. Kung alam niyo yung story nung multo na may pulang mata, yun, dito daw yun. On a personal note, nung gumagawa kami ng short film na horror para sa isang class namin, film graduate nga pala ako guys, dito rin namin shoot. Looking back, ang lakas din pala ng loob namin noon. By the way, the building was designed by Filipino architect Juan Arellano. It is a mirror image of another building right across the sunken garden. Ito naman yung Malcolm Hall. As the twin building of Benitez Hall, it essentially carries the same facade. Pinangalan naman ito kay George Malcolm, the first Dean of the College of Law. And yes, dito mo makikita yung College of Law. Katabi naman ng Malcolm Hall, makikita mo ang Melchor Hall, home of the College of Engineering. Named after former Dean Alejandro Melchor, this hall is home to a variety of engineering disciplines, civil, metallurgical, industrial, ang dami. Kung ang Malcolm Hall ay twin ng Benitez Hall, ito namang Melchor Hall ay twin ng Palma Hall. The neoclassical design of both buildings allows natural light to illuminate its halls. You'll find 2 gigantic sundials dito sa premises ng building na to. Yung unang sundial, galing pa dun sa original na campus sa Padre Faura, tapos nilipat nung nag-move to Quezon City. It's tucked away on the rear right side of the college along Apacible Street. Yung second sundial naman, mas visible sa general public. Ang tawag naman dito ay Centennial Sundial kasi it commemorates 100 years of the College of Engineering. And in between Palma Hall and Melchor Hall, you'll find Gonzales Hall, aka the Main Library or Main Lib. It was designed by Filipino architect Juan Nakpil. Favorite ko tong tambayan nung college pa ako. As in, lagi akong nagpupunta dito in between classes. Yung mga students and I think alumni, sila lang yung pwedeng pumasok dito kasi required yung UPID. Ngayon kasi undergoing renovations din siya so hindi talaga makakapasok. By the way, if hindi ka taga Metro Manila, tapos may bibisitahin ka dito sa UP or anywhere in Quezon City or sa Metro Manila and you're looking for a place to stay, search on Agoda and use our promo codes so you could also get up to 6,000 pesos na discount. You can visit thepoortraveler.net/agoda to automatically redeem the discount or if you prefer using the Agoda mobile app, ganito siya gamitin. When you open the app, you'll find a menu at the bottom. Tap mo yung deals. Tapos sa coupon field, type our promo code AGODATPT, dapat all caps, which will give you 10% off, capped at 100 USD or around 6,000 pesos based on the current exchange rate. Then select a hotel and room and upon checkout, you need to enter AGODATPT again to apply the discount. So yes, twice mo siya i-enter. And while you're at it, you might want to also redeem AATPT, which will give you 5% off on Agoda activities, tours, attraction tickets, and more. Capped at 10 USD naman or 600 pesos. Remember, Agoda TPT for hotels, AATPT for activities. This is the UPIB-EDC Binhi Threatened Species Arboretum, which is a botanical garden that serves as a living sanctuary para sa ilan sa mga pinaka-endangered na tree species sa Pilipinas. In-establish ito noong 2014 through a partnership between the UP Institute of Biology and the Energy Development Corporation. Around 1 hectare lang ito, pero siksik na siksik ito with more than 70 species of threatened native trees organized to reflect 5 of the 12 major forest formations sa Pilipinas. Yung mga yan ay yung Tropical Lowland Evergreen Rainforest, Tropical Lower Montane Forest, Forest over Ultramafic Rock, Tropical Semi-Evergreen Rainforest, and Forest over Limestone. Kapag naglalakad ka dito, hindi mo mafe-feel na nasa Metro Manila ka, parang feeling mo nasa gubat ka talaga. Nakikipagtulungan din madalas ang UP Institute of Biology with environmental groups, mga researchers, and volunteers para ma-promote yung appreciation sa natural heritage ng Pilipinas through nature walks and ilan pang educational activities. Every now and then, nagkaka-event sila dito. 2 years ago, we were able to join one of these events. Ito yung Likas Wika Poetry Walk. The tour was led by Miss Abigail Garino, isang research associate at the Biodiversity Research Laboratory ng UP Diliman, alongside Celine Murillo, isang environmental advocate known for promoting Philippine diversity and natural heritage through her social media platforms. And together, nilid nila kami around the forest and inintroduce yung iba't ibang mga halaman, mga puno, ano yung mga nakakatuwang properties nila, and nag-share din sila ng ilang mga trivia along the way. And dahil nga poetry walk yon, merong mga poetry reading sa ilang mga spots. Very informative and insightful yung walk. And it was nice to learn more about native plants dito sa Pilipinas. Favorite part namin nung pinakain sa amin yung flowers ng Malacatmon tree. Nakakain naman daw talaga, edible naman. Lasa siyang mansanas. Meron ding higanteng puno ng daod dito. And marami pang ibang mga puno. Di ko lang alam if meron pa silang mga ganitong guided walks ngayon. So, check nyo yung FB page. Ito naman ang Vargas Museum na ipinangalan kay Jorge B. Vargas, who donated his extensive art collection to the university. Yung mga permanent galleries nila showcase works by some of the country's most celebrated artists, kasama na sina Fernando Amorsolo and Juan Luna. While may mga exhibitions sa first and third floors that feature other pieces from other artists naman. It's free for UP students, staff, faculty, and alumni upon the presentation of the UPID tuwing Wednesday. Pero for visitors, may entrance fee na 50 pesos, yun yung regular. Pero kung student ka, PWD or senior, 20 pesos na lang. Aside from being a gallery, the museum also hosts talks, workshops, minsan film screenings, and iba pang mga cultural events that bring artists, scholars, and the public together. So if gusto mong bumisita dito, check nyo rin yung FB page nila. Punta kayo sa facebook.com/vargasmuseum.upd and baka meron kayong magustuhan or may makita kayong event na maging interested kayo. Pero syempre, art isn't confined sa walls lang ng museum. Kahit sa labas, marami kayong makikitang mga obra dito sa UP Diliman. May mga sculptures, monuments, murals, and iba-ibang installations na scattered throughout the campus. So kung meron kayong makita habang nagja-jog kayo or naglalakad-lakad, take a moment para i-admire and tingnan nyo rin kasi minsan yung iba naman, merong mga plaques with more information. Ito naman ang Cine Adarna and most people see this as simply sinehan sa UP. But this building is more than that. It's just one part of the UP Film Institute Film Center, which is a building complex that includes the Ishmael Bernal Gallery, meron ding Videothek, and syempre ito ngang Cine Adarna. But yes, pwede kang manood ng sine dito. Pero hindi yung mga current titles na makikita mo sa mga commercial sinehan. It screens a wide array of films from local festival titles to international and foreign language ones. If gusto nyo makita yung mga pelikula and schedule, punta kayo sa FB page ng Cine Adarna, facebook.com/UPFI Film Center. Minsan may mahanap kayo na free admission and kung may bayad man, hindi siya kasing mahal ng mga commercial sinehan sa labas. As a film major noon, madalas ako dito, nakaabang sa mga film screenings, and kapag nag-organize ng event yung mga orgs namin, madalas ito rin yung venue. Aside from movie screenings kasi, minsan merong mga conferences, dance performances, and even ngayong graduation ng iba't ibang colleges and schools dito ginaganap. Dito rin yung college graduation namin. Just beside Cine Adarna, makikita mo naman na nakatayo ang Carillon Tower, one of UP Diliman's most recognizable landmarks. Dinesign ito by national artist Juan Nakpil, and it is an architectural centerpiece. It stands as a symbol of the university's enduring commitment to honor, excellence, and service. Tumutunog ang bells nito every hour, and kapag 7 a.m. and 5 p.m., nagpe-play din ito ng mga well-known Filipino and UP songs. Araw-araw yan. Nung college ako, madalas ako dito sa area na to kasi malapit ito sa college namin, College of Mass Comm. And natutuwa rin kasi ako na marinig yung iba't ibang tunog. Hindi lang yung bells ng Carillon, pati yung mga pagpapractice ng mga estudyante sa UP College of Music kasi katapat lang siya ng college namin and malapit siya dito sa Carillon, katabi ng UP Theater. So, wala lang. Naalala ko lang. Pero bukod dyan, the Carillon's music has accompanied celebrations, commemorations, and moments of national significance, making it a quiet witness to the social and political events that have shaped both the university and the country. Yung isa sa mga recent na naaalala ko was nung 2020, tumunog ang bells nito in support of press freedom nung napasara yung ABS-CBN. In many ways, the tower's bells echo not only across the campus grounds but also through the history of UP and the country itself. Kung naghahanap ka man ng full meal or kahit quick snack lang between classes or wala lang, gusto mo lang talagang mag-try ng kung ano-anong street food, marami kang mahahanap dito sa UP Diliman campus. And iba't ibang price point yung makikita mo. May mga established restaurants and meron ding mga student-friendly eateries. And syempre, merong mga humble na street stalls. Sobrang diverse ng food scene dito sa UP. Unahin na natin yung street food. Yung mga street food kiosk dito sa UP, kulay red and green. And madalas makikita mo siya katabi ng buildings o nasa kanto or malapit sa sakayan. Madalas yung mga tinda ay fish balls, kwek-kwek, cheese sticks, hot dogs, and even instant pancit canton prepared fresh on the spot. Meron ding mga isaw, pero hindi sila ganun kadami. Meron lang specific spots. Palipat-lipat kasi yon. Nung college kami, meron sa Kalayaan and sa may International Center. Hindi ko na alam kung nasan sila ngayon. Pero, they're affordable, convenient, and they have fuel generations of students through classes, org meetings, and late-night study sessions. But the food hunt doesn't end here. Throughout the day, meron kayong makikitang mga vendors na naglalako. Makikita mo sila sa may academic oval, minsan tumatambay sila sa waiting sheds. Basta they're all around. Just keep an eye out for familiar treats like ice cream, monay, fish crackers, bicho-bicho, carioca, at marami pang iba. Itong huling visit namin, yung first thing na ginawa namin ay bumili ng taho while walking down the Beta Way. Aside from quick snacks, meron ding mga establishments serving proper meals. Bago pa mauso yung mga food parks, itong Area 2 ang unofficial food strip ng UP. Specifically, itong JP Laurel Street. Marami kayong makikita dito, lalo na nung time namin na talagang budget talaga. Dito kasi sa area na to ako tumira nung freshman ako. Yung unang boarding house ko, nandito. Pero sa kabilang street. Pero dito rin sa area 2. Nung time na yon, pinaka-pinupuntahan ng mga estudyante yung lutong bahay, yung tawag nila. Pero mas doon ako kumakain sa lutong kapitbahay kasi mas konti lang yung tao. And gusto ko lang ng tahimik na buhay. May mga nagtitinda rin ng mga fruit shakes and mango graham shake. But of all the food establishments sa UP, ang pinakasikat probably ay Rodix. Established in 1949, itong family-run restaurant na to began in the old UP Shopping Center, becoming a fixture in campus life for generations of students, faculty members, and alumni. Yun nga lang, nasunog na kasi yung shopping center noong 2018. So, nawala na rin yung original store nila dito. Pero, may Rodix pa rin naman na sa ibang location na nga lang. Ang pinaka-signature dish nila dito ay tapsilog. Served with yung trademark shredded tapa nila, garlic rice, and egg, itong dish na to has kept customers coming back for decades. 145 pesos na ang bawat order nito. To be honest with you, and I probably would get some flack for it, hindi ako big fan ng tapsilog ng Rodix. Primarily because nung college ako, hindi naman ako kumakain ng beef. So, laging iba yung ino-order ko. May ibang dishes din naman kasi sila na lutong bahay style. Doon sa mga silog-silog, mas yung tocino or tosilog yung ino-order ko kasi pork. Sa tabi naman ng Rodix, makikita yung Nomo Cafe serving a wide selection of milk tea and coffee. Tapos sa tapat, makikita mo yung bahay ng alumni which houses 2 dining establishments, Art Circle Cafe, matagal na rin yan, and Restaurant of Choice. Dito sa building na to dati, makikita yung Chocolate Kiss Cafe na wala na ngayon kasi nagsara na. Pero dati, yun yung pinaka-posh na kainan dito sa UP. If mas bet mo naman na mas marami pang options, andyan ang Good Food or UP Food Hub, set in a garden with picnic tables, alfresco o ganun. And just outside the UP campus, marami ka pang ibang pwedeng kainan, lalo na sa Maginhawa Street. Ito yung main road running across UP Village and Teachers Village. Nung panahon namin, marami naman ng dining options dito, pero ibang level na ngayon. Naging food district na rin kasi talaga siya. Ilan sa mga popular ay itong Friuli Trattoria, Crazy Katsu, Jess and Pat's, and Talisay. Pero meron ding mga choices sa inner streets like Malingap. May food parks like Z Compound and Sagul. And sa Mayaman Street naman, you'll find a branch of Gubat, a Filipino garden restaurant na Kamayan style. Very rustic ang vibe, walang utensils and plastic-free sila dito. Each order ay binalot sa banana leaves and may side of pako, kamatis, and salted egg. Itong nakikita niyong footage ay hindi ito yung Mayaman branch nila. Ito yung sa CP Garcia Avenue na branch, pero sarado na yan ngayon. Yung sa Mayaman Street, open pa, pero hindi pa namin na-try yun, although pareho lang din daw naman yung almost everything. Kung mas gusto mo naman sa mall, just across the street from UP Diliman, connected by a pedestrian footbridge, lies UP Town Center. Naging popular extension na ito ng campus life and offers a welcome change of pace from the academic atmosphere of the campus. This is home to a diverse mix of restaurants, cafes, and specialty food outlets ranging from familiar local favorites to international chains. While meron namang mga budget-friendly options, mas konti sila kumpara sa kapag nasa loob ka ng UP. Pero the variety more than makes up for it. It's also one of the area's favorite study and work spots, with several cafes regularly filled with students preparing for exams. Beyond dining, ang UP Town Center offers a well-rounded shopping and leisure experience too. You'll find everything from fashion boutiques and lifestyle stores to bookstores and specialty retailers, and meron din silang sinehan dito. Pero yung pinaka-standout na feature nila ay yung mga open-air spaces talaga. And throughout the year, merong mga weekend markets, may community events, and minsan may mga live performances din. Dito sa UP Diliman, yung two biggest events ay ang UP Fair and UP Lantern Parade. For many students and alumni, these have become annual traditions and sila rin yung most vibrant celebrations of campus life. Unahin natin yung UP Fair. Ito, week-long festival na ginaganap sa Sunken Garden, combining live music, food stalls, student activities, and advocacy campaigns. Bawat gabi, may sariling theme and cause, transforming the event into more than just a concert series. Ang daming pumupunta dito for performances by some of the Philippines' most popular artists and para na rin sumuport sa mga issues ranging from education to human rights to environmental protection. Dati, February ito ginaganap, yung week ng Valentine's Day. Pero April na itong ngayon. Hindi ko alam next year kung ibabalik ba nila sa February or April pa rin. On the other hand, itong UP Lantern Parade naman is held every December. Tinatransform nito yung campus into a river of lights, color, and creativity as colleges and organizations showcase elaborate lanterns and floats na paparada sa academic oval. Marami sa mga lanterns carry messages about current social, political, and environmental issues, reflecting UP's long tradition of critical thinking and civic engagement. Bukod sa mga pailaw, meron din mga performances, music, and basta grabe yung festive energy dito sa Lantern Parade as the community comes together to mark the end of the semester and the start of the holiday season. 1920s pa sinimulan ang UP Lantern Parade as Christmas celebration, pero it has evolved into one of the most anticipated events sa university, drawing not only members of the UP community but also thousands of visitors from outside the campus. Although UP is generally secular, faith remains a visible and vibrant part of campus life. May dalawang churches that have become important landmarks not just for worshippers but for anyone na interested sa architecture, history, and cultural life dito sa university. Yung una ay ang Parish of the Holy Sacrifice, widely regarded as one of the architectural treasures of the campus. Designed by national artist Leandro Locsin, the church is notable for its distinctive circular design, which is a rarity among Catholic churches sa bansa. Pag pumasok ka sa loob, you'll find yourself surrounded by the works of some of the country's greatest artists, making it as much an artistic landmark as it is a place of worship. Kahit yung mga bisita dito na walang religious affiliation often find themselves drawn to its quiet atmosphere and unique design. Konting lakad lang mula dito, makikita mo naman yung Church of the Risen Lord, a Protestant church that reflects a different architectural philosophy. Dito naman, ang bubulaga sa'yo ay clean lines, understated design, and open spaces, creating a calm and welcoming environment that complements the surrounding greenery of the campus. And that's it! Marami pa kaming hindi na isama pero ito na lang muna for now. Hopefully, we're able to let you get to know the UP Diliman campus better. We have more informative videos coming up, so if hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, alam nyo na, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon, and i-on mo yung notifications para ikaw ang unang makanood. And don't forget to use our promo codes. We get credited for every booking and it helps us keep making more videos for you. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it!